Okay. Am I alive? Am I alive? I think I am. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. Um, yeah. So I have a talking bug now, which is sick as hell, in my opinion. Um, like it's fu- I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm kind of really obsessed with it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's pretty cool, as they say. Pre- Pretty epic. IMHO, um, as as I would state. But yeah, I kind of want to show the code for it. So let's see. Where do you live? Documents. Yeah, it's written more or less kind of entirely in C. It's kind of like the main driver code so far. It's very WIP, as some would say. But it fucking works. It fucking works, which is insane. Which is really insane. To me at least. But yeah, I don't know. I have it on GitHub, but it's kind of unreadable right now. But yeah, bug guts, I guess, as I would say. But yeah, I guess kind of in the interim, matter at hand and all of that. It's been like what, like a fucking week, since I've kind of worked on this. But yeah, so back on the Wayland shit. It's been a little bit longer. Well, no, I worked on it some yesterday, but a while since I worked on it on stream. But yeah, back back on the Wayland business again for Wayland Common Lisp. I believe last time we left off, what I was going over was actually where do where do you live? Where do you interface? Yeah, it was over here in the interface. Actually, let's go to test output so I can just show off that I sort of got it. I sort of got it done. I sort of got it done, which is cool as hell. But yeah, creating the listeners. That's what it was. So if we, pull up really quick, the Wayland book. So if you look at it, what we were ignore all this. This is what we're working on. This right here is what's being worked on today, I would say, but has not quite come to fruition. This has come to fruition, and it's kind of exciting. It's kind of very exciting. It's incredible jubilance, I guess. And what this looks like, more or less, in this is the wrong page. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, here's the page with the stuff. So, kind of looking at the example client and what started switching over to the parser, just in general. Taking a look at this. Oh, hold on. I forgot to change the title of this. One sec. Okay, there. All right, it's got a bit more of an app title, but yeah. So what we have is this all is done. This is done. This is sort of done too. Like, this is all doable in Lisp now. It's kind of fucked up, but it's doable. It'll get less fucked up once I get it working. Um, this is also doable. This right here, connecting to a display, that was really easy. And then here's where it gets funny. This is doable. This is sort of doable, but it hangs sly whenever it happens, so it's doable once, and we don't get any standard output. So I do have to figure that part out. It may just be a limitation with Sly. I'm going to try it through the terminal as well at some point. Um, this this right here is what is being constructed, I guess. One would say this is what is being worked on, and it's sort of there, sort of kinda. It's there in spirit. I know how to do it. But yeah, and that is actually, if you go over to the interfaces and go to, I think I stuffed the method I did it in a comment somewhere. I did that in requests. Okay, yes, request. All right, I stuffed it into the request comments. That's where it was. So, yeah, if we, connect, or if we define a display and then we define a registry, um, all of those things are doable. Let me remove the comments from this really quick, just so it's a bit more visible. So yeah, that makes everything kind of doable. That's listed below. You can go back into a comment. I don't care about you. All right, thank you. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So, this is sort of the two things needing to be standardized now, and one of those is connecting to I call them C struct versions of the Lisp struct, which you can actually see that back here in the output. And really, all these are to provide kind of an easy way to access the. Let me kind of show the variation as it's represented in the actual Geeks Home, and then profile, include, client protocol.h. Okay, here we are. And then let's just go ahead and add that right there, and let's find one of these. Alright, so really all that does is defines one of these Wayland interface structs, which, since the interface struct is really just kind of an opaque struct, should be able to, and I mean I have, you're kind of able to just define a struct, or like a generic like C struct, as kind of shown right down here in this portion, and from there you can just essentially allocate the struct and pass it over into this right here, which is pretty sick. It's pretty sick. And then the Wayland proxy Marshall flags is really the crux of this. It's kind of, I guess, in all honesty, it's kind of one of the last big hurdles. But that looks like Marshall flags. Sort of looks like this. Let me move the bug down a little bit. Let me cosine myself right into the corner. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice little spot. I like it here. It's quite cozy. It's quite cozy. But yeah. So this is really kind of like what's being worked on now. And I was banging my goddamn head against the fucking callback, or defining a proxy. I was sincerely, like, I thought I was going to quite literally kind of like just get stuck here for God knows how long, because you really start reaching deep into kind of the wire code once you start fucking with the proxies. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to. I'm a solid, I don't know, 80% positive I don't need to, and I was just kind of approaching it with a bit too much of, I guess, like a C programming mindset, since that's most of my background has been C, and this, again, acts as an opaque struct that we then recast the initial version into just, in this example, a callback struct, I think this whole fucking step can be skipped. This whole step can be skipped, and we can just provide its value. Honestly, this step, because I mean, Lisp kind of has like implicit returns for the last evaluation, but we can skip these two right here and do just this, and that is really kind of part of what I hope to accomplish today. Maybe not going to be as much actual connecting to anything, but once that's done, the goal will be reached, and well, the last piece of the puzzle will be reached, and then maybe the goal will be reached, and that would be sick as hell, because if you can do this, like, if this can get done, we have the ability to make client connections to the server, and yeah, I mean, from there, it shouldn't be too much complexity to kind of get the niceties like parsed out. But here's where it gets weird, or here's where kind of the new stump is. So Marshall flags takes a variable number of arguments, and if we look at like another example, let's go to, yes, all right, like if we look at the Wayland shared memory pool for like create buffer function, as you can see, this variable number of arguments is also like the different arguments that are part of the interface that this request is a part of, with the exception of this right here, which is represented by the new ID type. So if we go into the XML really quick, is it share? I think it's share, yes. Wayland XML, and then let's go to create buffer here. So if we go here, the new ID type is not passed to the Marshall flags. It's just not. Instead, it's our return type, and it's also not passed here. So something that really needs to be worked on is kind of like, I guess, sort of two steps here. Two steps. So if we list it like right here, step one is to get the new ID kind of pulled out of the rest of the argument set. And passed as a return type. Oh yeah, I'm gonna recomment all of this. Okay. So that's step one. Let's remove the step. All right. Yeah, that looks nice enough. Once we do this, the next step is, well, passing the variable arguments that aren't new ID to the Marshall flags is not going to be too difficult, if I'm being completely honest. And then, so if we look at here, the proxy struct we can already pass, and yeah, the proxy struct is already passable because that will be one of the arguments to a request, to a client request here. So if we look, we are in fact passing it passing the pointer as the first argument. So that's just another one of these arguments down here, essentially. The next part is, if we don't have if we don't have like a new ID, what the fuck is this gonna be? What's this gonna be? I don't fucking know. Um, that's one issue. That's one issue. The opcode has been solved relatively easily, kind of in a hacky way, but you know, it gets the job done. Where do you live? Interface. Yeah, right opcode. So that was, oh, holy shit. Why did it get all fucked up? It's not broken anymore. Okay. Oh, I see why. Here, let's, you know... There. You look a little bit neater now. Okay. So this... Opcodes are quite literally assigned based on the order that they're listed in the XML protocol, 0 indexed. So since we end up building the list kind of backwards because we're just pushing new things to the list as we parse the protocol, we have to reverse that again, and that's literally how we get the opcode. And this can be seen in here. So let's see, defvar. Yeah, these are opcodes, and so we have that part done, and these are just kind of passed via the wire protocol to the server and help kind of, I believe that this actually goes over pretty well. Yeah, it's the request opcode, and they don't give a lot of detail in here about the opcodes, but these are essentially kind of like flags that help identify what the request being made is, and they are, you know, more or less like enumerated values. I went with a defvar here because I just wanted to see if I could get it banged out. This may end up becoming like a set of enums. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a bit nicer. Like, actually, let me... Alright, beautiful. So, we have that. We have opcodes. We don't know what the fuck we're gonna do here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as things go on, and then getting the version. Once more, I really don't know what the fuck, how, I guess would be the way to describe it. I don't know how this will be done, but it will be figured out. And then this one is the, if we take a look at the client, well, actually I can just pull up the list version here, I believe. Alright, CFI. And this one is get version, so. Yeah. So this returns a version, or uint32 for the version number, and takes the proxy pointer. I legit don't know how the fuck it works under the hood, so yeah, there is that aspect. I don't know how the fuck it works, but ostensibly we can just pass the proxy pointer to it, and it will be able to figure that out for us. Ostensibly, I guess. Let's actually see if we can pull up the... I think it lives in Wayland, and then source and client.c. Not proxy, proxy get version. Okay. Okay, so we're just storing the version in the struct. Oh, okay. This is going to make things a little bit easier, actually. So let me make a little note there. I think these are old comments, whenever I was trying to figure out the issue with the listener struct, but I did wind up figuring it out, which was kind of, I don't know, I didn't, I don't know, felt really kind of, I was like, I can't believe that was the fucking issue kind of situation, but uh, such is the way of the world, as they say. All right, where do you live? Request. All right. So we do store the version in an interface. Okay. And I believe that Wayland versions default to 0. So we may just be able to change the init form here to 0. And that should be that part. And then null is, all right, what is null here? All right, Wayland client protocol, or Wayland client core.h, and then oh, that's flags. Okay, so the init form of flags would be null or flags. All right. All right, perfect. We have that. Can we find? Well, no, because I looked at the code for it before, and it's kind of it's really fucked up under the hood. Let's find a version without a return type. Destroy. Okay. Yeah, I know these don't have a return type. Oh, okay. So, okay. So we are fucking cooking. All right. We're fucking cooking. Okay. Where do I store the request writer? Probably in request. Indeed in request. Indeed in request. All right. All right, so we have our next steps. Okay, we can begin kind of getting this going, getting this you know, getting things, getting movement, making money moves. We can begin making some money moves here. That's going to be what I will refer to this as. So we know version from the version value in the interface struct. All right. So we have that. Let's make that a 3 actually, because I really want to hammer this one out a lot. This is the I will call it the big one, for lack of a better way to describe it. So if new ID, alloc new ID. Oh yeah, those are comments here. Else, yeah, else what we will go ahead and do is null pointer. Okay. Alright, perfect. And then, so that is the, let's see, let's see what we're dealing with. That's 1 gone, 2, 3, 4, and then the flags. The flags are the next thing, so. Let's see if we can find some information about flags in the XML. This type is type what the flag is related to. I don't want to go through all the fucking types though, so perhaps if we do type equals, and then can we just glob this? Probably not. I think the only types we deal with are destructors. And we deal with the sense flags, so okay. Oh, hello, wind up boy / fade. How are you? I am back into the swing of this. We're on close to a client, so it's kind of exciting. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out currently, so if we just kind of to show it, trying to figure out how to parse out these Marshall flags, and it's kind of like the final little hurdle to be able to generate one of these is figuring out what the fuck is going to get passed to this, and it is I think a slight process. Let's see what other Marshall flags we have in the base code, because yeah, okay, they're all destructors. That makes the job a lot easier. And then there's also sense. And what is this tied to? Alright, a Wayland pointer. And let's search for axis. Oh yeah, yeah. I think the Tuesdays overlap some. How did the rest of how the rest of his stream go, though? But yeah, there is Tuesday overlap. Tuesday overlap. Oh, that's which which thing? I was like started working on chores toward the very end. Pulled out of the fire. Oh hell yeah, that's fucking cool as hell. Oh sick. Okay. I started I had to start doing chores kind of like toward whenever I left, and I know that there's like a mix between spider oil and also the or was it, Discord IRC bot, and I remember coming back and seeing like new things on the screen. I'm like, this is very I it felt like starting like a TV show like or like a movie like at like 45 minutes in or whatever, and I was like, yes, I have a laws. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. No, it's a that's an exciting project. I thought I as one who enjoys shapes on a screen, I quite enjoy it. Let's see where. Okay, access event. How do we get the version? All right, let's see. Because we're in. Perhaps this is pre-optimizing a little bit, like the desire to get this correct. Perhaps, perhaps. Is this used in any of the functions that we need to worry about currently? No, I don't think so. Oh, the generation from the XML spec working? Yes and no. I found kind of the missing piece of the puzzle. Um, oh, yes, here, I can actually show. Let me pull it up. So we're kind of on the last step to get like a more primitive like client going. Um, so right here, sort of following along with the version that they have listed in the Wayland book, we more or less have all of this working. Um, all of this, and then this works as well. What we don't have working is this line, getting the registry, and then as well this sort of works. It fucks up Sly really bad and makes it unusable. And I think it's just because of how it prints out the like standard output. I think it's similar to like I tried running Vim and Sly once and ran into the exact or very similar issue. So I think it's kind of along those lines. But I'm gonna try this one in a terminal at some point, the round trip, and see if it's able to print. But yeah, it is. It's coming along. It's coming along. And then the only flags. Okay, right now I'm kind of planning how to write the. They're called the request arguments. So we did events. We did events, which, or we did at least listeners for events, which an event listener is one of these right here. And these are Wayland keyboard event add listener. Yeah, so we did these events that take the struct that is. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to try. I need to try that out. I have to get SBCL set back up, kind of like on the my main machine. I run it through a shell right now, like through a geek shell. Oh yeah, no, Wayland's fucking intense. It's intense. It's intense. But yeah, we did get the listeners done, and all they do is take like one of these listener structs and adds them as okay. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. That's probably exactly what happened. I've I don't know. I poked try with like trying to run like TUI programs in it before just to see what happened, and it was very similar to whenever that occurred, where it's just sort of like completely freezes up, and I'm just like, oh, okay, okay, I guess I'm done. I guess I'm done with the REPL for now. But yeah, this is so we have listeners. What we're looking at now is the registry. And then there will be some other things that need to be added at least, but this is enough to kind of like get through the part in the Wayland documentation. Oh yeah, that makes sense. The way it starts in Emacs. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I I'd probably end up. I fucking hate running SBCL from the terminal, so I'll probably end up like writing like a little connection script for it that'll just auto run once once this part's done. Write a script that essentially runs the Lisp version of this right here, because we can REPL test everything up to the round trip, and then the round trip is what's going to murder Sly. But yeah, we're now it's the registry, so getting the version, we should just be able to get it through the interface version name. Oh, okay. Yeah. I might have. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a try actually. Start high from external list. And yeah, that's using the uh, Sly Connect, correct? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I've used this in the past whenever I was on Stump. This is what I use. I haven't messed with it in a while. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Make a note of that. Hold on. I'm adding that to my list of things over here. Oh, is that? Oh, that's how you do the config. Oh, sick. Yeah, I could, and it's probably because running on Geeks, but I could never quite get the uh, config reloading in a satisfying way. I ended up having to more or less like refresh Geeks itself, but I don't know. It kind of killed like part of the reason that like having a list-based window manager is really fun. Yeah, it's not ideal at all. I mean, I could make like small, or like I could make changes, but I couldn't make them permanent. I guess like adding to the config. It had to be manually added to, and then Geeks had to be updated and reloaded. I don't know. Everything else about Geeks, or Next even for that matter, I do love, but that's definitely kind of the big unfun part. The having to reload it. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty sick. You don't have to do it that way with Geeks. Like it's not as strict as say NixOS. Like you can just keep your config files in a mutable like config. So like here, let me actually. Oops. All right. So yeah, if we go into config, like you can, for all intents and purposes. Oh, hello, hello. L colon Q. How are you? But yeah, you don't have to keep them kind of like immutable. I do just because everything's in a like all in the same like folder, like my entire configuration. But yeah, we are what we're doing right now is getting this last piece of the puzzle. Ooh, food. Oh, nice. What kind? Um, yeah, getting this last piece of the puzzle here, which I think it's null. Okay, what does null reference in this again? All right. Why are you a different color? Okay, go away. All right. If we go to the C, Wayland proxy marshal flags. Alright, so we're dealing with the interface, the version, flags, and then lastly are the var args. Okay, 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 okay. This is this. Alright, alright. Oh, it tells you right there. What the fuck? I forget about LSP. I forget it exists sometimes. Okay. Okay, flags. Do we store the flags? I believe they are stored in the type. Yes. Alright, alright. Okay, okay. So what we're going to do now is let's tuck this back away into a comment really quick. Oh yeah, no, they weren't reader escaped. I had them set, or I don't know why I had them set like that. I think mostly because I don't know, I have a little bit of trouble reading the comments, like the way they're grayed out like this. I need to change the color of them, but I keep saying I'm going to, but I haven't poked around at the theming yet. One of these days. Oh. Oh, this one wasn't. Oops. Okay, cool. Alright, so what we need to do is define a request set flags. Where's my opcode fun? Is opcode in a different one? Where do I store the opcode? Oh, that's an interface. Okay, I think. Yes. Oh yeah, because the opcode is determined by the interface. Alright. Request, and we just want to go ahead and probably put it here, and then I think, yeah, the only flag that we have is destroy for the destroyers, or destructors. So and then we're gonna look at the request, and it's gonna be relatively straightforward. I don't want to do a P. I just want to kind of like write the return value out actually. So, oh, Plurshy, thank you for the follow. This minute indeed. Okay, nice. We want to write destructor or nil. Let's just define it as that. Actually, because we're going to be dealing with requests on the server side. There we go. That's enough words for a function. And then, what do they name? Destructor. Okay. Oh yeah, I had to store it in types because type is an occupied name. Is there sound? Um, I think there's sound. Hold on. That's a good question. I hope there is. Ah, and hello, Azrael IO. By the way. Okay, sound confirmed working. Okay. I was like, I hope I haven't been talking without sound on this whole time. That would be whack. All right, so we store this as nil. So we'll do is destructor. All right. Other streams. Weird. I can hear other streams. I've had this problem before. That is a weird problem. I've never encountered that problem. The problem that I had for a little while was someone sent upstream a broken version of LibreWolf, and it made me completely unable to watch streams for until I don't know, reverted the Git, which was at first I didn't realize there was an issue with LibreWolf. I was looking at like every other thing, and then I tried a different browser and I was able to watch lives, and I'm like, or I was like, oh, okay, it's just a LibreWolf problem. So I had to I had to hunt down like in the Geeks repository where that like the patch was submitted and let them know, hey, by the way, this broke everything on my browser. Oh, congratulations! There we go. Congratulations. Hands up to the sky. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I agree with this. So I think really we just need to see if there is. No, this is kind of setting up. Yeah, we'll go with string equal because I don't know if there's going to be other types that need to be added later. We'll keep is destructor p because I don't know. I can always change the function name at any point. All right. Destructor. All right. Let's go ahead and get that open. Oh wait, we need to open up the .h again. So they're all just destroy. So Wayland Marshall flag destroy. Which this is actually, oh. Anything that returns something or nil is by definition a predicate. Makes sense to me. Yes. Yes. We are only returning something or nil. What I wonder is if it should be called as destructor. I think those are the only types. What we're going to have to do is go over though to the Lisp here, and because I think that the Marshall flag is actually defined right here. Oh, not Lisp, CFFI. Okay. Where do you live? Yeah. Wayland Marshall proxy flag destroy. So that's what we're going to want to return, actually, is that. Okay. Alright. Let me move this to right here really quick. And let me move this over to request again. And am I exporting this yet? That's the real question. I am not. Okay. Oh, I think it's just destroy. Okay. Wayland Marshall flag destroy. Wait. Okay. Hold on. We're passing to a lower level function. Okay, we don't want to return that. I probably don't even need that now that I think about it. Yeah, because if we return that, if we return that one, since it's a Lisp function, and we pass it into the Wayland proxy Marshall flags like CFFI function, it's not going to know what the fuck we're looking at. Okay, yes, this makes sense. Alright. Oh, that's how a con statement works, not an if. Okay. And it's either that or the other option for flags was 0. So else 0. Oh. Alright, is destructor P. Okay. So what else? What else do we have? We have that. Type case appropriate? I don't think, do you mean like do you mean this type case, or do you mean like the uppercasing of the type that we're sending over? Like the type case function? I don't think that would be used here, because we're only dealing with string or nil. At the time, it'll probably be more, maybe a type. Oh, the Lisp type case func. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I could use that here. Since, however, we actually are going to be adding this to the... Oh, types. Types is part of the Wayland request object. So if we look at the XML, yeah, if we look at the XML, we have a type listed right here. Yeah, it's one of the accessors. I had it as type at first, and then had naming conflicts, but I didn't want to not pull in like the CL library as kind of like a default use, because I didn't want to append CL to everything. And it was easy enough to just put types instead of type, since the actual like slot accessor itself is not needed by the underlying C code. I don't have to be as picky about the name. So I'm like, okay, I'll use one it likes. But yeah, that is just sort of a method to. Oh, I didn't even notice until I looked at the other screen. Thank you, Exor, Xavier, and Azrael IO as well for the follow. But yeah, this is indeed an accessor. And where are we now? Flags. Okay. So, we will write done there. Okay. Done. Getting the version will be relatively easy. So, where was I with this? Oh god, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since taking a look at this. Version is listed. This can all kind of go away. And what we're going to actually pull right here is the other request. And let's see how it looks in the code that works. Okay. So that's what we've done. We've defined the C struct for the interface name, and we have a pointer to it. So we have that. Next, what we want to do is this will return. Let's take a look at how it's defined here. So we do indeed pass its value to a, where are you? Registry. Okay, so we do pass it over to an actual variable. So we should just be able to make this last call the return value. So first we want to marshal the flags. And then it gets a little, I guess, a little bit dicey with the well, no. Okay. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Alright, let's see how it's done here again. So, we first pass the display, which is going to be this argument. Where are you? This argument right here. If we look even in the output, oh yeah, because this hasn't been spun out in the output yet, that's why. Okay. Ignore the output. Alright. So we'll just take that first value, and that will be passed as the first argument to here, and oh, there we go. Okay, I was thinking about it, and I was like, how how do I do this? And our next argument will be the one. The one. What is the one? I fucking forgot again. The opcode. Okay, okay. Okay. And so for this, we actually... Oh, wait. Thinking of this in the context of Wayland display, get registry. The quoting in that form is a bit Bjork. Yeah, it's, it's kind of what I want to do once I get the actual iname. Yeah, it's supposed to be a bear symbol. This is for the writer. So this is for actually writing it out. So that is what we do is for here follow kind of like a similar output to the actual Wayland protocol itself. And part of what it does is it prepends everything with this WL and kind of makes things easier to find, I guess, on one degree. And also, since it's a C library, that's, just how C is. But the iname symbol is actually a let variable that we define up here that refers to the name of the interface that we're passing in. And that's how we, in this situation, for example, let's go to get, oh yeah, they're not in here yet. Add listener is. So in this case, the interface name would be like display. And this kind of helps us write this out. The actual formatting of it is once I can get the actual, I guess, file spun out, figure out how to do that. Imagine there's like a Lisp library somewhere that helps with like formatting a parsed file. Is there? Is that a thing that exists? Is that a thing that exists actually? Oh, not format. The common Lisp file guide. Okay, yeah. I guess this is what we're... I know about this. I do know about this. That will be a future endeavor. But yes, it is a bear symbol because these are the writers. Eventually I want to, once I know what I'm actually going to be writing out for each version to get it to work, replace kind of like all of this raw, or these raw strings with other functions that can pass arguments into, so that it's not just like a shitload of strings like this. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's this is kind of this is, I would say, like I'm not too happy with the formation of or like the overall look of this. Especially not this one while it's getting workshopped. I think, kind of in general, everything in this, uh, all of this, like once it's like in a functional or like functionally like put into a file and the code from the file is able to actually work, I really do want to rewrite it because I hate using string cat everywhere. Oh no. Oh no, you didn't derail my train of thought. No, no, it's a good, or it reminds me as well that I really do need, or I need to go through and like reformat all of this. But shouldn't be that hard once it works. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard once it works. The functions themselves have been changing like, I don't, they've been changing like crazy because I keep like throwing things at a wall, basically, and seeing like what sticks with Wayland, in terms of getting everything kind of like on the, or like code generation side to do as it's described in the protocol. Um, what were we get the opcode? The opcode. Okay. Okay. And then that will be, okay. So that is the form of the opcode. And then that takes the form. So let's look at the one for. Okay. Yeah, for that we could just, we're working with the display, so and then this is the request. All right, all right, all right, all right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. And then this is going to be, hmm. What was I doing with this one originally? Let's see. Where do I actually call this? I think, I think in this case, in all instances, we are actually passing a null pointer, so we should just be able to. Yeah, because in the destructor we are indeed passing the null pointer. Okay, okay. that should work. I think that should work. Should that work? And then, let's see. No, we're probably going to, okay. Yeah, no. Because we end up needing to. Yeah, because in this one we're passing a pointer. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a bit more complex. Okay, this is gonna be a bit more complex. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do here. Alright. I actually don't think we need this function. Let me add that there. Okay, okay. Or at least not written like that. We don't need it. Okay, okay. Let's see. If new ID, what we're going to want to do is and this will be passing in the name of the interface. I believe, yes. Or no, okay, okay. Alright. Okay, okay, now I know. Alright, yeah. So that's just kind of getting this part written out, or this part that's shown here written out. So if we, have new ID set to non-nil, we should just go ahead and pass this. Else, past this. Alright, alright, alright. Next is the interface version. Okay. Okay, yes. And then lastly, we have just the result of is destructor P. Okay. And then for this, we are just passing request. Alright, and then probably able to interpose spaces. Let me make a note. Alright, let's see. I know that this is a closure. I know this is something in closure. I don't know. Probably something like, oh, forgot to quote it. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, we should just be able to interpose spaces. Okay, cool. So let me make a note of that, actually. Okay, okay. What was the... Alright, so flag, and then next, finally, are the args. I believe... I haven't done much CFFI interrupt code, but I'm wondering, why you're composing these list forms as streams. This is just to write it out to a file. This is for... So these are the file writers. I'm not sure if there's... Do you know if... Can you just quote a... You could probably do a macro expansion now that I think about it. Yeah. No, this is kind of... This ends up brushing kind of up against my... the... Kind of like my knowledge limits whenever it comes to Lisp, since I'm still like... I've been... Still kind of in the process of learning it. But I know that... Like, this is kind of how I would do it in C. I'd say to a degree. But yeah, this is all the code for writing something in the output over here. So all of this gets quite literally written into this. I compose this within a format form, I think. Yeah, I think that's kind of the goal. That's what on the top level I have going on. Which that is in the yeah, so the actual like writer for the full protocol code is this. It also needs to be worked on to a degree, but this is sort of, and all it does is kind of iterate through the different slots and helps to generate that. I do. I need to kind of figure out a bit more how the like file reading and writing goes, because that's a lot of what this is going to be. But currently, it's just yeah, it's been sort of the process of getting it like working. I could probably. That's actually a good idea. So, let's see. Maybe like break up the writer into. Lisp deals with the files through the stream abstraction. Okay, yeah. No, I haven't. When you open a stream with a given direction and type, and then just write to it. So I could, so do you think in this situation, yeah, what I'm thinking now, that you mention it, is if we actually take the format stream expansion strings variable here, format stream expansion strings, what is, wait, what is meant by this? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you mean the format. Okay, yeah, the format macro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I've been using it for kind of the top level. The for these sections, what had been, I guess I've been like wonder, or what I've been kind of like coming up against is it's a lot of like we don't want kind of like any of this code to like be written or like evaluated by the writer. I could probably end up doing a I wonder yeah, with like a macro actually. To yeah, wait, yeah, okay. So I could macro this. I have a macro actually, just like literally quote. Is that how that works? Is all the data available at macro expansion time? It should. It should be. Yeah, I haven't done kind of like any macros for this aspect of it yet, but I believe so. What we're evaluating are the actual, essentially, almost all of like the functions here are purely for doing evaluation of these class slots, or like yeah, like the accessors for the different classes that make up the and like the interfaces and all like all of those parts of the final protocol. But I'm wondering if I could just do something like this. And then do something kind of along the lines of okay. Yeah, I think something like this might end up being the actual. This might end up being sort of like following this format. I'm going to okay. Yeah, I'm actually gonna start working through some of this code over probably in between like my breaks at work and stuff, and like slowly interpose this. Okay. I want to format nil it though. I believe so that we can yeah, so that we can actually return the string itself. Okay. Okay. No. No, thank you. Actually, lined up boy. That slash fade. That is. I never. I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to do it that way. I think it was one of those things. I was using UIOP just. It started off with like I'm gonna write a couple of the sets like this, and it ended up being like everywhere. I was just like, okay, I guess this is it. Yes, still thinking in C. That I was actually talking about this. I was actually talking about this to a friend of mine. Kind of like resolving this function here, where I was stating what was it I stated? I was like, yeah, I realized I was approaching this from kind of like a C programming perspective rather than realizing I'm doing fucking Lisp instead. And that's why I was really like try harding a lot of like the struct pointers for a little bit there. I'm like, oh, I gotta figure out how to cast this value. I'm like, oh, I don't think I have to. I just have to return the pointer. Yeah, no, CFFI code. It's been a bit of a wild ride on that front. Learning how CFFI works, and learning as well, kind of like just going through the manual and like seeing kind of it's built around or a more extensive knowledge of Lisp rather than C, and so I read through or I'll read through like parts of the manual and understand like a decent chunk, and I get to this really, I get to like some really wacky like macro. I'm like, oh, this begins to scrape up on the ceiling of my knowledge. I guess is how what I would say, scrape the ceiling of my. I'm gonna pretend that that's a turn of phrase. I like to imagine it is. It is to me. It is to me. That's yes. It is to me. So how margins get widened. Yes. Yes, this could actually be quite victorious for the two tabbing as well. No more two tabbing. These parts would be something. It is always something, you know? It's never not something. So I think what I'd need to do is yeah, so what I would it's actually I wonder, can we look at the UI op source code. I wonder now. It probably is. If that's the reference manual. Where? UI op. Okay. 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 There's several folders here. It's not in contrib, most likely. Oh, on the C dash symbol. Common Lisp, not Lisp. Do you live here? If you live here, oh no, that's for versioning. Okay, okay, package.lisp. This might actually tell us where we're looking. You know, why not clone this actually? Why not clone this? Why not clone this? Actually, yeah, I'll probably clone that later. Cause I'm curious how it works now. It probably is actually built. Yeah, it probably is built on top of format. Most definitely. I think it's one of the first UI app functions that like I really started to use like probably overly liberally. They maximal wizards. No, indeed. I remember I think with Common Lisp especially I struggled a lot harder until I realized that UI op was like existed. That and Alexandria, which I actually don't think I've used Alexandria in this one yet. Perhaps I have. Perhaps I have. I can't remember. I probably need to do like some gen sims once I get more of this like banged out. So I may end up actually needing to use it. Oh no, most definitely I'll need to end up using it now that I think about it. But where are utils? Which ones are utils? Oops. I don't think I've used rutils. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, they have a with gen sims. Okay, sick. As in the above, it's as well a whole other paradigm, has limited but reasonable support in CL. Other features should be unified in its own package. RUtils can serve as a model for such a package or even accommodate it in the future. Advanced collections are as well. Okay, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Oh wait, they fucking okay. Closure threading. Hell yeah. Okay, okay, that's cool as hell. All right. All right. All right. Thank you for this. I may end up actually being able to use some of this in this. Sequence manipulation. Okay. 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 This is radical yet reasonable utilities for Common Lisp. This is sick. This is sick as fuck. Holy shit. Okay. Wait. Yeah. with Gent, I know it's in Alexandria. I didn't. I wonder. I wonder if the two are implemented like any differently between the two libraries. Um. All right. Let's see. Okay. What? Where were we on this though? Where were we on this? We're getting the arguments. We're getting the arguments. Okay, that's and then I believe that these are actually defined in args.list. Okay. Oh no, because that's the arg setter. Alright, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Pipes in the file? Oh. Yeah, that's just, that's showing, tabbing. I can't remember where I have the code for this. This was something I ended up, I think I ended up writing this myself. It was one of the, like, whenever I first got Emacs, and it gives kind of like a good visual notice of the tabs. I'm trying, I think I used this whenever, because whenever I was first using Emacs, I used it for a lot of, like, not as much coding and more literally just, except for, like, Lisp, but, like, a lot of org mode. Like, I used org mode primarily, and this kind of helped me see the tabs kind of in a bit more of like a visual way than just understanding that there were two tabs there, I guess. But yeah, I rather like it, but yeah, that's all it does is represent a tab. And then let's see here. We actually don't want to pass the new ID, so this needs to be modified slightly. Such that if it is a new ID, oh wait, no, that's for writing the client request args. Okay. Let's see. I think we actually need to end this if form as well. Probably make this a cond actually. Because otherwise it'll return just one of these. Alright. Alright, Okay, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. So we'll need to iterate through the arguments in the request, and unless they are of type new ID, we need a collection string. Okay, yeah. Okay. Unless they're a new ID type, we want to write the client request. Okay. Or no, we've already done that. So what we want to write is the name of the arg. I will have to catch the rest on VOD. My day is over. I enjoy the stream. I'm glad you. Thank you. Oh, that means a lot, actually. No, thank you very much. I'm kind of near the end of my day as well. But I want to get this banged out. But I do hope you have a great rest of your evening. And again, thank you. I enjoy your presence in the chat, and as well, like the very sage advice on the list. It is really it really helps me a lot as well on my end. But yes, thank you. I hope you have a great evening. Request that list. Okay. 07, yes. 07. 07. Okay. Alright. What are we passing? What are we passing? We're just passing the arg names. Okay. Okay, this should be it for that. It's so fucked up. Oh god. But it might work. Sometimes the most fucked up functions are the most worky ones. Okay, but we're gonna see that. Alright. Where are you? And let's go ahead and get into the package really quick. With Wayland Scanner. Are you gonna give me any errors? Okay, yes. Condas. Oh. Oh, is that the only error? What the fuck? Alright. No other errors in this file. And then, what was the other one that we messed with? args.lisp. And I think interface.lisp. Okay, this might be it. This might be it. Let's go to the reader really quick. And let's see if we can actually spin this out correctly. Because that's going to be the, that's going to be the fucked up part. That's going to be, if there's any part that gets fucked up, it's going to be this part. But we shall see, as they say. So. I could probably do these. Okay. Wait, no, because this is within the request setup. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Because we're doing this with the request. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I believe that this, in fact, should be not in request.lisp now that I think about it. But this should be right here. Okay. 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 Now it's the moment of truth. There's still something missing, though. We only want to pass the interface. And Oh yeah, because we're dealing with the arguments. Okay. This will indeed have to be deferred. Oh, oops. Oh. Interface. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Not right. Writer. Okay. And we will. Write client request and right, no errors there. And then let's look back at request really quick. And potatoes are delicious. From the Potato Man, 1027. I do, I do have to concur. I'm quite the fan of potatoes. And amazing Chris chat. Such a true statement upon first entry. Um, what if we? All right. All right. Fingers crossed. It is truly eloquent. Yes. You know, I'm indeed inclined to agree on all fronts. All right. Fingers crossed. Everybody, that we do indeed not run into an error. Okay. Let's see if it worked. All right. Output dot lisp. Yes. Reread from disk. Okay. Oh. Huh. Why are there parentheses? Where are you coming from? Okay. What is getting parenthized? So we have the interface name. And we have the sync. And this is where it seems to screw up. Oh, I know why. It's always a fucking UI op string cut. Okay. Okay. If, and then else. Alright, the final test. True. Await buffer. Okay, it needs to be formatted somewhat. Let's see if we have all of our args there. We have Wayland display. Let's actually look at the Git registry. Alright. So we have Wayland display. We have Wayland display Git registry. We have the struct. And we have the two numbers. And what is that first number again? Version interface. Okay. Okay. Probably do need to do, because I believe that should be a 0. Or no, it's a 1. Let's see. Let's compare the two. Let's compare the two. This listed as a 0 for the version. Okay. Okay. But beyond that, if we, you know, really quick uncomment this. Just really quickly, we see right here. Alright, proxy marshal flags, check. Let's format this. Okay, beautiful. It's formatted now. What did I fucking... Okay. We have that. We have Wayland display sync, which is set to 1. We have the pointer reference, and we have the two numbers. dot h. Okay, so I'm going to assume that this is correct. I'm going to assume that this is correct and that this dummy code just worked as well. And it is already... Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, it is already 10:20 in my time zone, so we are going to let's see, who is alive currently? Who is existent? Let's see. Let me examine. Let me examine where to go, where to encounter. What encounters will be encountered? Alright, I know. Yeah. I guess over to... Yeah, let's go over to UKVT. Or wait. Yeah. I think that will be the... UKVT. Alright. So let's see if this works. And yes. Yeah. But see y'all again Thursday.